Today, we're doing something special, the battle of the 2026 Android Titans. On one side, we have Google's brand new Pixel 11 Pro XL, fresh off the August 12th announcement. On the other, Samsung's Galaxy S26 Ultra, which has been dominating since its March release. Both phones start at exactly $1,299. Both offer 256 gigabytes of base storage, and both are vying for the title of the best Android phone money can buy. But here's the thing, they couldn't be more different in how they approach that goal. Google is betting everything on AI and computational photography, while Samsung is doubling down on raw performance and hardware innovation. So which one should you actually buy? Let's break it down spec by spec, feature by feature, and find out. Design and display. Let's start with design because this is where these two phones take completely different paths. The Pixel 11 Pro XL features a refined, elegant look with an all-glass blacked-out camera bar that replaces the previous two-tone design. It's sleek, it's polished, and it sits flat on a table without wobbling, something Samsung still struggles with. The most noticeable addition? A small LED called Highlight embedded in the camera bar that pulses in different colors for notifications and Gemini interactions. Sounds cool, right? Well, reviewers aren't impressed. PC Mag called it half-baked, but it does very little, especially if you don't use Gemini. Now, the Galaxy S26 Ultra has undergone a major ergonomic overhaul. Samsung finally rounded those sharp corners, shaved the thickness down to just 7.9 millimeters, and dropped the weight to 214 grams. That's 4 grams lighter than last year. The result is reviewers are calling it the most comfortable Ultra in years. But there's a catch. Samsung has reverted from titanium back to aluminum for the frame. After 2 years of premium titanium, that feels like a step backward. Now let's talk displays because both are stunning. The Pixel 11 Pro XL packs a 6.8-inch Super Actual LTPO OLED with a peak brightness of 3600 nits. That's insanely bright. The Galaxy S26 Ultra counters with a slightly larger 6.9-inch dynamic AMO LED 2X. But here's where Samsung pulls ahead, the privacy display. This is a world-first hardware-level privacy feature that physically controls light direction at the pixel level. When activated, it compresses viewing angles so no one can peek at your screen. You can set it to standard privacy mode for daily use or max privacy for sensitive tasks like entering passwords. The trade-off? Screen quality does take a hit when privacy mode is on, but for privacy-conscious users, this is genuinely innovative. Performance, the big gap. Alright, let's address the elephant in the room. And honestly, it's not even close. The Pixel 11 Pro XL runs on Google's custom Tensor G6 chip, built on a 3nm process. Google claims 50% more TPU computing and 20% better power efficiency. And in everyday use, it's perfectly fine for scrolling, browsing, and most tasks. But when you look at the numbers, oof. On Geekbench 7, the Pixel scores around 2112 in single-core and 5196 in multi-core. The Galaxy S26 Ultra with its Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, 3070 in single-core and a staggering 10,049 in multi-core, nearly double the Pixel's multi-core score. In 3D Mark gaming tests, the gap is even wider. The S26 Ultra scored 7,738, while the Pixel managed just 3,336. That's less than half the gaming performance. So if you're a mobile gamer, the choice is clear. But here's the thing, Google knows this. The Tensor G6 isn't designed to win benchmark battles. It's designed to power AI features on device with lower latency. And in that regard, it does its job well. The question is, does that trade-off matter to you? Camera battle. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Camera hardware versus computational photography, the classic Pixel versus Samsung showdown. On paper, Samsung wins hands down. The S26 Ultra features a 200-megapixel main camera with an f1.4 aperture. That's 47% more light capture than last year, plus a 50-megapixel ultra-wide, a 50-megapixel periscope telephoto with 5x optical zoom, and a 10-megapixel 3x telephoto. That's 4 cameras rear. But here's the thing, hardware isn't everything. PC Mag says the Pixel delivers top-tier computational photography with outstanding camera performance. Google's new Magic Capture feature records video and uses AI to analyze about 400 frames in real time, selecting the best moments and converting them to 12-megapixel photos. The Pixel also offers 120x super res zoom using AI-powered Pro Zoom. Night sight is now 4.5x faster thanks to the new ISP. That said, Pixel's cameras need good lighting to shine, and Samsung has historically offered better video recording quality. The S26 Ultra's new Horizon Lock stabilization keeps the horizon welded in place even during movement, a game changer for videographers. So which camera is better? If you want massive megapixels and zoom flexibility, go Samsung. If you want AI-powered magic that makes every shot look incredible with minimal effort, go Pixel. Battery life and charging. Battery life is where the Pixel fights back. The Pixel 11 Pro XL packs a 5115 mAh battery, slightly larger than the S26 Ultra's 5000 mAh. In real-world testing, the Pixel lasted 7 hours and 47 minutes in a continuous use test, while the S26 Ultra lasted 7 hours and 27 minutes, a solid 14-minute advantage for the Pixel. But here's where Samsung hits back: charging speeds. The S26 Ultra supports 60-watt wire charging, getting you from 0 to 75% in about 30 minutes. The Pixel tops out at 45 watts, an improvement over last year but still slower. And here's a painful stat: the Pixel 11 XL only hit 54% in 30 minutes in one test, compared to 77% on the S26 Ultra. Both support 25-watt wireless charging, but Samsung lacks magnetic Q2 charging, while the Pixel has built-in Q2 with Pixel Snap MagSafe magnet support. Software and AI. This is where these phones truly diverge. The Pixel 11 Pro XL ships with Android 17, and Google promises 7 years of OS, security, and Pixel drop updates. The S26 Ultra runs Android 16 with One UI 8.5, offering 7 years of updates also. But the AI experience is completely different. Google has deeply integrated Gemini throughout Pixel. From live translation with low latency to on-device AI processing with Gemini Nano, the Pixel feels like an AI-first device. The downside? PC Mag notes that most of the phone's new tricks are cloud-based, and TechRadar found Gemini can sometimes be slow. Samsung's Galaxy AI takes a different approach, with a focus on privacy and local processing. Features like Now Nudge proactively anticipate your needs. Circle to Search 2.0 lets you circle items and videos for instant information, and the Audio Eraser removes unwanted background noise from videos. The Pixel also includes the Titan M3 security chip with post-quantum cryptography support, while Samsung offers the S Pen, a built-in stylus that sets it apart from virtually every other flagship phone. Price and value. Here's where things get controversial. The Pixel includes 6 months of Google AI Pro subscription with advanced Gemini features and 5 terabytes cloud storage. The S26 Ultra doesn't include a comparable subscription. Final verdict. So, after all of that, which one should you buy? Get the Pixel 11 Pro XL if you're deeply invested in Google's ecosystem, if you want the absolute best computational photography and AI-powered camera features, if you value a clean, stock Android experience with day-one updates. Get the S26 Ultra if you want class-leading raw performance for gaming and heavy tasks. If you value the S Pen stylus, it's literally unique to this phone. If privacy is a top priority, the privacy display is genuinely innovative. If you want a more feature-packed, customizable Android experience with One UI. And if you need faster charging and don't mind the lack of Q2 magnets. At the end of the day, these are both phenomenal phones. The Pixel is for AI enthusiasts and photography lovers. The Samsung is for power users and privacy-conscious buyers. Choose what fits your lifestyle. If you enjoyed this comparison, smash that like button, subscribe for more tech content, and let me know in the comments which one are you picking. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.